Hello and welcome everybody to yet another episode of Commute with me. It has been a little while since the last Commute with me video, but you will have seen a very special video that I did and uploaded and shared with you about the modifications and accessories that I now have on my BYD Shark. Thank you very much for all the comments and feedback provided. That is always very much appreciated, and I'm amazed by the overwhelming love and appreciation of the color that I have chosen for my ute. This candy apple red is just spectacular and sounds to be much loved by all of you. So thank you for telling me. In this video I'm also trying a different type of recording in a different format with a different camera, as there had been quite a bit of feedback in regards to the fairly square format that I had used previously, and I've also noticed the audio was less than ideal. So in this case I'm trying something different. Hope it works better, but please do provide some feedback so that way I know where I'm standing and what further improvements or considerations I have to take into account. As you can see from my surroundings, I am yet again on the motorway, on State Highway 1 northbound this time, heading towards the city and then across the harbour bridge to the north shore. It is 1:30 in the afternoon on a Friday, so it is building up, as you can see, as people are slowly getting off work or on their way to their last job for the day. So the motorway is busy. It will be building up later on as more and more people are getting off work and are starting to make their journey home for the weekend. But I wanted to take you along for another drive and also have a chat about another topic around the BYD Shark and my experience living with it. Today I thought I talk about the topic of hybrid, meaning especially the use of electric powertrain for going around town, how far it lasts, what my charging experience has been so far, and what cables, connectors and so on I have looked into and considered going forward, especially with the weather about to change in the near future as we are heading towards autumn and later on winter. Please do remember, here in New Zealand it is quite the opposite to many others in the world, as when it is getting closer to summer in Europe, it's getting closer to winter in New Zealand. So in summer, instead of our bathing wear, we actually wear beanies and scarves. So yeah. But also in your opposite, when everybody is having a lot of people are having their Christmas trees up and are enjoying the snow and so on, we here are sitting on the beach in our Speedos, sweating, enjoying the summer. So it's one of those kind of give and takes. Interesting. I don't know if you can see it on the very left. It's a brand new Aston Martin, and license plate is Martini. So that's quite a good one. So, and it's a kind of mustardy yellow goldish color right behind a white taxi. So now on the very left you will be able to see it. Martini Aston Martin. So that's the latest version of it. Looks quite nice. Sad fact though that these cars are depreciating very quickly based on what owners of these cars have reported. Oh, and looking straight ahead, there is another Shark on the left, now in black color, the color my one used to be, on the very left in front of the Subaru. Let's change lanes, and there we have it. Another BYD Shark heading towards the city center. Yes, so now to the topic for today. We are talking about, or I want to talk about the hybrid drivetrain and my experience around it. So the Shark has the 1.5 liter turbocharged petrol engine combined with 2 electric motors and a almost 40 kilowatt hour battery, together providing a maximum output of 650 newton meters of torque, and the distance provided from the advertisement for the car is a total combined range of 800 kilometers and a maximum electric reach of 100 kilometers. Quick little side note, we're now driving into the tunnel, so that is in between the city center and the bridge when you're heading on State Highway 1, but it's a fairly short tunnel, and after this we will be getting onto the Harbour Bridge. So coming back to the distance traveled, so from a full fill of the tank, it does show the 700 kilometers. Sometimes it varies a little bit, so it's a little less, but maximum showing is 700 k's once the petrol tank is filled completely, and once fully charged, the total distance is shown as between 97 and 100 k's. I honestly do not quite know why there's this discrepancy at times, but let's say the given distance figures that are shown are as advertised. However, what you actually get at the end of the day is very different by default, but also affected by your driving. So from a pure electric drive, I get between 70 and 88 kilometers of range, and that is a fully electric, fully charged battery. For my type of use and daily travels, it works well. However, that is an aspect that may and will not work for everyone. Quick little side note once again, we're heading on to the Auckland Harbour Bridge, crossing towards the North Shore. Coming back to our topic, this would especially be not good for someone who is using the Shark, let's say, as a tradie, or who is traveling extended distances during the day, especially if the aim is to drive fully electric. Because if, as an example, you have to drive 100 kilometers a day, and then your electricity only lasts for between 70 and 88, that is indeed quite a difference and may lead to frustration. Yes, the car does regenerate. Let's say now going downhill, the car is using regenerative energy to recharge the battery. However, that is a little slower, as you can imagine, and it is only really noticeable if you are driving down a fairly steep hill for an extended period of time. However, nonetheless, it does regenerate the battery, so you will have an extra couple of Ks at the bottom of a large hill, which is very nice though. The level of regeneration you can choose, there's 2 levels, and I always use it on a high regeneration level, but that's of course up to the individual preference. I have not yet done a very long distance drive during which I actually use up the full battery and the full tank. Consequently, I cannot quite make an statement about the total reach. However, early May I have a longer trip coming up. It will be a 5-hour journey from Auckland down to Napier. It's pretty much halfway down the North Island of New Zealand, and based on that I will have a better idea and will be able to better report on the total range. However, based on what others have reported thus far, it seems to be that without having a heavy load and without pulling a trailer, the range lies more around the 650 to 700 kilometer mark. So not quite the 800 that has been advertised. However, again, considering that the electricity projection is on a different standard, and instead of the advertised 100 k's we end up more at the 70 to 88 kilometers, of course subject to your way of driving, then the situation will be different. Officially or effectively, I expected quite a bit less. So yeah, but if I get, let's say, 650 to 700 k's, if I then have the ability to drive around town fully electric and so on, it will be very pleasing, and I will be very happy with it. But as I mentioned, not the piece of cake for everyone, and it really needs to be taken into account how you use it, especially if you want to use it fully electric. Using it on HEV is a whole different game. Thereby you can reduce your fuel consumption and thereby get a better overall outcome if you use fuel and battery and you're prepared to still have the expense for both. In regards to consumption, at this moment, if I look, I'm on a very impressive 2.2 liter per 100 kilometers cumulative, like combined average. But please do keep in mind that I drive a lot fully electric, and majority of my travels are fully electric. And out of 6,377 kilometers in total to date, I have only driven, let me check, I've only driven 1,319 with fuel. So majority of my travels are fully electric, and so I guess that's why I have reached a very impressive 2.2 liter per 100 k's combined consumption. So yeah, so very happy with that. But for my use case scenario where daily travels are below 100 k's, I'm very happy with how the Shark operates, and for my scenario I can only recommend it. So coming here, about to park. Okay, parking is just a breeze with those 360 cameras, so really good and enjoyable, so that is great indeed. In regards to charging, also mentioning that aspect, charging, I charge daily. I use some public chargers and chargers at work, so that works for me the best. For home, I did consider the installation of a kind of proper 32 ampere wall charger. However, considering the installation cost combined with the purchase of the charger of around $2,000 to $2,500, I decided that it is not justified for my use case scenario, and I instead purchased a portable charger that works on 10 and 15 ampere with different wall connectors. And for the size of the battery that the Shark has, and for just the kind of the daily top-ups, it works amazingly well. And I also purchased a Type 2 to Type 2 cable. That way I can, when I'm on the road, there's some free chargers that, however, do not provide a cable. So if I'm in the area and I have some time, I can just easily plug in there, and off we go to the races, honky dory. So that's all good. So yeah, that's what I wanted to share with you in this Commute with Me episode. I will share and include the links to the 2 chargers that I have purchased from Amazon. I don't know if I will be able to get any affiliated links on those. I don't think so. I might just put in the link to the website as I had done previously. So just a link to the website. If anyone's keen and wants to purchase those, please go ahead. I have a very good experience. They're good quality. They work as described. They are amazingly priced. So super happy with those. Any feedback, questions, or anything you have, guys, please do let me know. And I hope the picture quality as well as the audio are much better this time, but please provide some feedback. And yes, as always, kind of this is a one-take video that I just want to share with you and talk about certain aspects of my experience with the Shark. Hope you enjoy it, and otherwise, keep well, and until we speak again from wonderful New Zealand, the country far away from most of you. Okay, all the very best. Take care. Bye for now.